All right, page 3 of our study guide is just like the mile marker. So if you don't get what you need from this video, you can watch the mile marker one as well. Number 11, determine the slope of any line parallel to the line y equals negative 1/4 x minus 11. Since parallel lines have the same slope, negative 1/4 must be our slope. 12, determine the equation of the line parallel to the line y equals negative 1/4 x minus 11. That goes through the point negative 4, 3, show all work. We know that negative 11 does not impact our new equation. That's just the y-intercept of this one. So if I think about y equals mx plus b, I'm going to write my equation in slope-intercept form. I know my slope is negative 1/4. So I'm going to rewrite this, y equals negative 1/4 x plus b. Then if I look at the point I'm given, it has an x and a y value. So I'm going to plug negative 3 in for y, keep my slope, plug negative 4 in for x, and then plus b, because we are trying to figure out what b is. All right, be careful when you multiply here. Negative 4 times negative 1/4 is going to be positive, and then 1/4 times 4, that's the same as 4 divided by 4. We're going to get a positive 1 there, plus b. So now I'm going to subtract 1 from each side to get b by itself, and b is equal to negative 4. That's not our final answer though. Our final answer is the entire equation. So I've got to plug b back into this negative 1/4 x plus b. We should get y equals negative 1/4 x minus 4. Okay. Moving on, number 13, determine the slope of any line perpendicular to, look at that, it's the same line. So remember, perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slope. If this one's negative, I know the one I'm looking for is positive. I'm going to change the sign. I'm going to switch the numerator and denominator to get the reciprocal. So I get 4/1, and positive 4/1 is just the number 4. I don't really care if you write it as 4 or 4/1. They're mathematically equivalent. Number 14, determine the equation of the line perpendicular. So we're dealing with that same slope to the same line that goes through the same point. So the only thing that's different about 14 and 12 is that we're using the slope of 4, not negative 1/4. So I know y equals mx plus b. I know that m is equal to 4, so I will substitute that in. I'm going to use negative 3 for y, negative 4 for x. All right, so then I'm going to multiply through. So 4 times negative 4, I get a negative 16. And then I need to add 16 to both sides to get b all by itself. All right, so 16, negative 3 plus 16 is the same as 16 minus 3. We just get 13. So that's our b value. It's not our final answer. We got to substitute that back in over here. Y equals 4x plus 13. That is our final answer. All right, those are the toughies. The rest of these are pretty easy peasy. Name the angle pair relationship. I should back up and say they're easy if you studied your vocab. If you did not, you might be having trouble. All right, these are on the exterior of the parallel lines. They're on the same side. These are same side exterior. I'm going to abbreviate. Remember, same side exterior angles when these lines are parallel are supplementary, not congruent. So my equation that I write should be 5x plus 80 equals 180. Subtract 80 from both sides. I get 5x equals 100. Divide both sides of that equation by 5, and we know that x equals 20. All right, number 16, those are alternate interior angles, alternate sides of the transversal on the interior of the two lines. I'm gonna write A, I, A. You can write whatever you want as long as I can understand it. So alternate interior angles are congruent. So that means that 8x is equal to 72. I'm not going to add them to get 180 because they are not supplementary. All right, 72 divided by 8, that is just 9. So x equals 9. 17. Oh, let's see. These ones get people sometimes. If you get stuck, I know I can rule out alternate interior exterior because they're on the same side of the transversal. I can rule out same side interior because even though 120 is on the interior, 6x is on the exterior. I can rule out both the same sides. They're not a linear pair because they don't share a vertex. They're not vertical because they don't share a vertex. Oops, sorry, I hit my camera. That means that they're corresponding. So they are both in the top right part of the intersection. These are corresponding angles. All right, that means that they're congruent. Therefore, 6x equals 120. Divide both sides by 6. What's that? 12 divided by 6 is 2, so 120 divided by 6 is 20. Number 18. Man, we're doing the same thing here. I didn't leave the space for you to write the answers, but these are the same directions. What angle pair relationship is this? Well, this is a linear pair. They share a vertex and they're next to each other, not opposite each other. So we have a linear pair. We said linear pairs are always supplementary. So 2x plus 84 equals 180. All right, subtract 84 from both sides. That means 2x equals, let's see, 100 minus 80 is 100. Minus 4 more puts us at 96, I believe. 96 divided by 2 is what? 45, 46, 47, 48. All right, you're always welcome to use a calculator. Hopefully I'm doing these right in my head. You know me, maybe not. All right, number 19, name that angle pair relationship. You better know by now that those are vertical angles. I bet you knew that already. They share a vertex. They're not next to each other. They're opposite one another. And we said vertical angles are always, 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 always congruent. It matters not if those two lines are parallel. So that means that 5x is equal to 110 degrees. Divide each side by 5. Therefore, x must equal, what is that? 55? 55. All right. That is all for page 3.